Hello, Soul Family, and welcome to your March 2025 pick-a-pile. So we're going to do this reading a little bit differently. I'm going to shuffle the whole deck, just give it a little zhuzh. And I'm going to separate the deck into 3 piles. 1, 2, and 3. And so whatever pile you are feeling the most drawn to right now, whether that's pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, take a moment to tap into your intuition. You can pause the video if you need to. We're going to go ahead and start with the reading. So we're going to start with pile number 1 and just shift 2 and 3 to the sides. And pile 1, if you want, you can go ahead and knock on the deck like you would knock on a door. And I'm going to shuffle, see what comes up for you for March 2025, pile 1. What is going on? What do they need to hear? What do they need to know right now? What is happening for pile 1 in 2025 March? It's a difficult pile. Okay, nothing's popping out, so let's go ahead and pick something. These 2. Something in here. And these 2. So pile 1, we have 4 cards. 5 cards. We'll see what comes up with these, and then we'll talk about the rest. Looks like most of them are in reverse. So let's see. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. We have the 2 of Swords reversed. Beautiful. These 2 cards together, so beautiful. And the 2 of Pentacles upright. Love that. And then we have the 9 of Swords reversed. And the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So first things first, you have come to some sort of clarity. With these reversed, well, first of all, having all these reversals and then just the 1 upright card. With all of these reversals, it can speak to undoing, revising, reviewing, especially with all these swords reversed. It's like really like letting go of something that you were either, putting up with that you shouldn't have been, lying to yourself about, or just a lack of clarity around, maybe because of lies told to you, or just a lack of perspective on the situation, as well as like anxiety, worry, these fears. And having all of that in reverse, it's like you're done with all of that now. You found this clarity. I really do feel like with this card in the middle, you are coming out of this time where you're just uncertain, maybe about what you want, what you think, what the truth is, what path you should take. You're coming out of that time of uncertainty, of a lack of clarity. So you're finding your clarity. And in that, you have found that you're just done with this shit. You're done with putting up with whatever you've been putting up with. Maybe it's your own bullshit. Maybe it's other people's. Maybe it's just the way that you've been moving through life. This is not working for you anymore. You're just done. You found this clarity and you're just like, I'm moving out of this standstill and just out of this chapter. I'm done with this chapter. I'm done with the overthinking. I'm done with the worrying. I'm done with the nightmares and the, not hoping for the worst, but fearing the worst. So the 4 of Pentacles is speaking to a couple of things here. First, you're moving, part of this mentality, this cycle that you're moving out of, is this cycle of lack, this cycle of needing to hold on to your resources super tightly for fear that you might lose them, for fear of not having enough. This is like moving out of this cycle of like fear in terms of your material wealth and your material abundance. So this could be that you're saving mindfully instead of fearfully. This could also mean that you actually start spending money on things that add value to your life. You start investing in yourself. So you're no longer holding on to your resources so tightly because you realize that in order for there to be an inflow, right, that's the balance of the material world, there needs to be an outflow. So in order for us to have an abundant life, we cannot hoard money. We can't hoard anything. We need to let go as we allow in. And sometimes if we're stuck in this state of being like, where is my abundance? And looking for it, holding, like fearing where it's going to come from, it creates this mentality that blocks us. So I feel like you're done with worrying. I feel like you're done with kind of this mental block that you've had. You might even be done with people or situations, environments that have been putting you in this anxious state. Or maybe just you're approaching your environments in a different way, with a different perspective, in a different mindset. I feel like you're just overcoming some mental blocks around fearing, like, let's reword that. I feel like you're overcoming some mental blocks around abundance. You are overcoming fear around not having enough. And that is creating more balance in your life, where you're taking on responsibilities that, you know, are required of you to maintain a healthy physical existence. And you're also balancing all of that responsibility with rest, you know, filling your cup, nurturing your body. Like you're balancing your responsibilities and the action that you have to take with caring for yourself, taking time. It's like you're no longer thinking it's this all or nothing mentality of like work hard until you get there. You're now realizing that life requires balance. You need to work hard, play joyfully, work joyfully, play hard, switch it up from time to time. You're learning about that balance right now. So that is so beautiful for that is so beautiful for you, pile one. I'm so happy to hear that you're moving out of this lack mentality, this like limiting beliefs, mental blocks, burdens from other people, what other people have told you is possible or not possible. You're stepping away from all of that and into this new energy in the month of March, where you are taking care of business and making sure that you're finding the balance that allows you to do that, the flow and the inflow. So thank you for watching. I hope I see you soon. And until next time, bye. All right, pile two, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your message for the month of March 2025. What is coming up for you, pile two? What do you need to hear? What do you need to know? What is happening for you? This one wants to come out too for your month of March. Let's see it. Anything else? Okay. Anything else? Yep. Okay. This one and that one. So let's get into it. So the first cards that came out were these. A lot of reversals. Okay. How are we going to arrange this? Let's see. So first and foremost, let's talk about these reversals on top here. The first thing that caught my eye was the Five of Cups reversed. So this is really feeling to me like in the month of March, You are overcoming something that was of great sadness, disappointment, grief, loss. It's like you're really focusing this month on healing. Now, this could be healing from a situation where you felt like you needed to hide yourself, or a situation where you felt like you couldn't speak your truth. You needed to hide your truth, or like your truth wasn't welcome. This could be a situation where you felt like you needed to kind of get out of quietly, you know? There could have been some sort of dissociation with this. Like, I'm getting this feeling of like maybe you were done wrong by somebody, or there was an unhealthy situation with somebody or some people, or just like a situation in general in your life, an unhealthy situation where you've made the decision, or you are making the decision in the month of March to move away from this. You don't want to create a big fuss, commotion, drama. You don't want to have like, I feel like you don't want to argue your case, is this energy. Maybe there's like this feeling of like almost like futile communication. Like either you haven't been able to communicate your truth in this situation, or that you realize that your truth, like I said, is not welcome. It's almost like you would not be heard. And so it's better like almost not even sharing that information. It's like you're getting this feeling of, I don't even want to have to explain myself, argue my case. I don't feel like I'm gonna be like understood here. Maybe I don't feel like my voice or my opinion is respected or will be heard. So you don't want to waste your breath, your energy trying to, state your truth or argue your boundaries with people who do not respect you or do not honor that. They're not willing to see. It feels like maybe they're like a little self-focused if it is a situation regarding another person or other people. And they're just not able to be who you need them to be, or this situation is not able to be what you need it to be. And I feel like, sad about that maybe in the recent past, and I feel like now you're just kind of at this place where you're like, I don't want to, I'm done like kind of grieving over it. Like I'm sure I'll grieve it in ways, going forward, but it's like now I'm just like ready to move away from this. It doesn't make me feel good. I want to just slip out of the situation and move towards my healing, my emotional healing. What does make me feel good? What does fill my cup? So that might bring you to a couple places in the material world. So this is like your mental, emotional world. And then I feel like that's kind of creating this ripple effect, let's say this kind of outward going, like moving effect of, it's like the inside, the outside, the material world, and then our inner worlds. So the outer world, like how this is impacting your outer world is that you are now starting to think about, what do you want to build? What do you want to create in this world? It's like, I feel like you're starting to tap into your purpose with these two cards here. What paths should I take? Like I've been investing so much of my time and energy maybe in one thing, or I've just like left something that I used to love or put so much effort or care or so much desire into, maybe like dreams or actual physical projects. And it's like, maybe you left those things on the back burner for a while and you want to start coming back to them. Maybe you want to start something new. But I'm really getting this feeling of like you reconnecting to your creative side, but more than that, your purpose. What do you want to build here on this earth? What do you want to do with your time, with your body, with your energy? What does a beautiful, abundant life look like for you? With these reversals here, it's like you're really starting to rethink, what does abundance look like to me? What is my purpose? With the card that comes after the Seven of Pentacles is the Eight of Pentacles, and it's building something with the skills and the tools and the resources that we have that we can offer then to the world that offers abundance back to us. So it's really like an entrepreneurial card. So I feel like that's kind of what you're moving towards. I feel like maybe you're starting to move towards like figuring out how your diverse and unique collection of skills and experiences and abilities come together to form something valuable for this planet. And you're like, what is that? How do I put those things together? What are those things? Do I need to develop new skills? Do I need to try new things? Do I need to pick up a paintbrush again? Or a sketchbook? Or like do like a thought web or something? Like, I feel like this is very much because you're moving away from this, it's creating this opportunity for you to start from a blank slate and create the life that you want, create the vision that you want, the goal that you want, the purpose that you want, the career that you want. And by career, I don't mean job, although it can be linked to the job that you have and what makes you money. Your career is what you offer this world. It's how you put those things together and offer something back to the world. So that is what your new focus is, because you're moving away from all that. So beautiful. That's really echoed here in that with the Five of Pentacles reverse, you're moving out of this lack mindset. You're no longer in this place of like, you know, we have the 2 5s in reverse, like 2 of the 5s. 5s are a number of challenge. So I feel like you've been challenged lately. And with these being in reverse, you're now taking your power back. You're taking control. You're realizing that like, yes, things suck and things happen sometimes that suck. And like, maybe I'm not in the best situation right now, but there is beauty in the world still. There's always beauty to attain. There is also beauty in my life, even right now, even in the thick of it, even in, you know, the grief or even in the healing process. You're no longer a victim of circumstance, because even when things are tough, you know that you are ultimately in control of your life. Now, maybe you don't feel 100% confident in what that is now that you want to do and how you want to take control. And maybe you're just still in the process of figuring all those things out. Beautiful. You're not late. You're not behind. That's lack mentality. And your mind isn't even going there. Don't even let it go there, because you're coming out of that right now. You don't need to concern yourself with, you know, where you are on your path. You're on a better path now than you were maybe 3 months ago if you had continued on that same path. And you wouldn't have anyways, because that was a natural part of your evolution. You needed to go through that to get to this point where you're like, I'm no longer being the victim of circumstance. Echoed here, you are taking control of your mind. King of Swords. The King of Swords has made it through the messy suit of swords. He's made it from the 3 of Swords through the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. You know, he's made it through the Queen of Swords and beyond. This is him on his throne with his sword, the butterflies and the birds around him symbolizing the freedom of mind that he's been able to attain. This doesn't mean he's unemotional. You know, he's not so in control of his mind that he doesn't have, you know, a connection to his emotions. He is, but he primarily uses the strength of his mind, the clarity of his mind to control himself, and knows that that is really all that you can control in this life is your own mind. And through that, he is a leader. He, you know, leads not only himself and his life by manifesting the life that he wants, because he's leading it and creating it with his mind, but he leads and inspires others through this clarity of action, this clarity of communication, right? So it's like you're moving away from this place or this situation or these people where you could not be your true and authentic self, where you had to hide or where you had to slip out because you couldn't be your true and authentic self there. And you're like, I'm moving towards a version of me that can speak my truth, that is solid on where I stand. Because when you know where you stand, it doesn't matter if you fall, because you know where you land, okay? So Knight of Wands, use this energy, this inspiration that you have that is running through you right now, telling you to create, telling you to explore, telling you to try new things. Maybe it's like, you know, acquiring new skills. Maybe it's finally sharing the skills that you have. Maybe it's going out there and spreading that beautiful fire of yours, that beautiful passion what you stand for, what you care about, what you believe in, and really just going out there and doing it. Like, it's finally time for you to start exploring those things with joy, like joyously exploring the opportunities that lie ahead of you. What do you want to build? What do you want to create? What path do you want to take? You don't have to take the path most trodden. You can take the path least trodden. You can start a whole new path, or you can take from paths that you've had before and, you know, build something new, create something kind of in between. I just feel like the possibilities are endless with you because you have like really shifted your mind. You've taken control. It's like you've taken your power back. And I really see you maybe either doing some mindfulness practices, which could be as simple as meditation, or it could be as even more simple throughout your day, just gaining awareness, becoming aware of what am I doing, you know, gaining awareness before you speak, gaining awareness before you act on a thought, gaining awareness of your thoughts. You know, is this a thought that I actually believe in, or is this just one of those thoughts that run through your head from some programming of something, you know, I saw online or someone told me once before, you know, that ads have been whatever. So I really feel like you're moving into this time of discernment, taking your power back and starting to create a beautiful life for yourself, one where you are no longer the victim of circumstance. You have the power to create the life of your dreams, where you are the ultimate manifester. So have fun with that, pile 2. I am so excited for you to begin this journey of building your purpose, your offering to the world. And please, if you feel called and you already know what this is talking about, or you figure it out and you want to come back here and let me know, please do. I'm so interested. I'm so excited for what you have to build. And looks like March is going to be a beautiful month for you. So thank you for joining pile 2. And until next time, bye. Welcome, pile 3. This is going to be your reading for the month of March 2025. So let's see what the cards have in store for you. Spirit, what does pile 3 need to know about their month of March 2025? Ooh, I feel like that one wanted to come out. Ooh, so does that one. Okay. Anything else for pile 3 that they need to know? Okay. Pile 3, what do we have in store for you? These two came out sideways. We're going to leave them that way, and we'll talk about it. Let's see. This one's going to be in the middle. Okay. Nice. I love when the orientation, like this random orientation of the cards, almost always ends up having or contributing to the meaning of the reading. So let's talk about it. We have to start, I want to talk about the upper row to start. So I feel like there is some shifts in your relationships for the month of March. It makes sense. I'm wondering if some of pile 3 might have Aries placements in their charts, or Taurus or Libra placements that are significant. Otherwise, this is affecting everybody, because in the month of March, we're going to be moving into Venus retrograde. And Venus is the planet of value. Value includes love. It also includes money, and it includes beauty. So all things that we put value on. It's going into retrograde, and that is not a bad thing. But anytime something is in retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to revise, review. With all these cards in reverse here, and then with these two being sideways, we're going to read them in reverse and upright. With all these reversals, it tells me there is definitely like an upheaval or a revising, a revision. That's the word. Sometimes when I'm channeling, my English just goes, it's my first language, but it'll go out the window. There's this like, reestablishing of values. What do you really care about? What do you really put value in? What do you find beautiful? What do you, love? Like, what makes you light up inside and you're just like, God, I love that. Like, even if it's a butter tart that you just put in the toaster oven and you have it with like, your favorite tea and you're just like, that ooey gooey sugary goodness in the middle. And it's like, I love that. I love that. Some people, I've met people, cynical people, and it's, cynicism is not, that's not like a judgment. It's a way that we can become when we get wrapped up in the hurt and the traumas of life. But I've heard people say, I don't believe in love. And I laugh at that because I'm like, some part of me hurts because that means that maybe you truly never felt an authentic expression of love before. Maybe you think love is reduced down to romantic love, but love is literally everywhere. Love is when you pick a color of paint that expresses a feeling that you enjoy. Love is the flowers that you saw on your walk this morning. Love is, the smile on a baby's face when they see you. Like, love is literally everywhere. What do you mean you don't believe in love? Love is the fabric of existence. So anyways, all this to say, we haven't even talked about your cards yet. I just start rambling about astrology and love, but it's giving the energy of this reading a little bit, or at least some part of it, because I feel like in the month of March, you're going to be like really reviewing what kind of friendships do you value? What do you value in friendship? Does it make you feel good when your friends A, B, C? Are there things that your friends do that hurt you and you don't say anything because they're just joking and they didn't mean it to hurt me? Of course they didn't mean it to hurt you, but did it hurt you? And it doesn't mean you have to like hold them accountable and be like, you hurt me, how dare you? But it could be, just a simple conversation of letting them know, like, when that happened, it kind of hurt me. And I'm not saying this because I think you're a bad person. I'm just letting you know because I want you to know, my sensitivities so that we can have a healthy relationship. And that we can discuss these things, and maybe something that you say can give me the validation I need to not feel bad about it. Or maybe we need to discuss a boundary about how we can, have a healthier relationship. I feel like you're really going to be reviewing your values in friendship. This might mean that you're, editing the people that you spend time with. And by editing, I just mean, like, how much time do I want to spend with certain people? Do they bring a certain energy into my life that is positive? Am I feeling obligation towards spending time with people because of fear of missing out, or because I have this like need or instinctual subconscious desire to not be, rejected or left out from the group? So I need to I'm obligated to do these things, but it doesn't actually make me feel good when I go to those places or do those things. And oh, actually, I really needed a night out to myself, but I feel obligated, or, I don't know what it is. It could be such a combination of things. This is a general reading, so we're talking to a lot of people right now, probably. Or I don't know how many people are watching this. Even if there's one of you, I'm honestly happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. So, 3 of Cups in reverse. We're also rethinking how we want to spend our time, and that's with not only what we're doing and who we're spending time with, but it's also what we're ingesting. So it's this could be, even when you're watching the news, you're ingesting something, you're ingesting information. Let's say consuming, maybe consuming is the better word. Okay. This is really watching your consumption. Is what you're consuming, is what you're listening to, is what you're watching, is how you are spending your time, is what you are putting in your body. Is it of value to you? Is it adding value to your life? You're really going to think about these things, okay? Because you are deserving of relationships and friendships that honor who you are, that respect you as a person, You know, we can still call each other out without negging each other. Okay, I'm getting this energy of like maybe some of you have some negging friends. And that's not the word nagging, it's negging. If you don't know what it means, look it up, because I don't know if my definition is going to be the best, but I'll try. It's just, you know, like making jokes at somebody's expense. Like you're framing it like a joke, but it is kind of like a little dig, because there is a seed of truth in it. That is negging. So, and by seed of truth, I just mean that it's not necessarily true, but it could mean that that person, you know, even if they said, oh, I'm joking, like there was a seed of intent, actual intent, and what they meant behind it. They did mean it to some degree, or, you know, it's just not nice. So we can call each other out. Like we can be like, girl, don't do that, you're hurting yourself. Or, you know, we can kind of like make light of each other's flaws, but in a way that doesn't hurt somebody, or bring somebody down. And if there is relationships, if there are relationships in your life where you feel that you are not being fully respected or valued, if you do not feel like your cup is being filled, if you're showing up and they're showing up and your cup is full and their cups are half empty and they're asking you to pour into their cup, but they never pour into your cup, that's not a healthy relationship. So you're gonna be thinking about that. Again, on the relationship front, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So a lot of what I just said about the Three of Cups in reverse, same goes for your romantic relationships and your one-on-one partnerships. So this is like business partners. This is like your one-on-one relationships with potentially like, you know, it's like partnership. So it could be like a best friend, could be like, you know, a business partner, could be your boss even, but more often than not, this is talking about a romantic relationship. So with this being in reverse, you're also questioning this month, what do I want in a romantic relationship? For those of you that are in a romantic relationship, this doesn't mean you're going to break up with your partner or anything like that. Although if it's a toxic relationship, this might be the month that you finally are like, my cup is not being filled here and I'm done with it. But more often than not, I think for most of you anyways, it's going to be just revising, like, what do I need in this relationship if you are in a relationship, and kind of voicing those things so that those needs can be met. Or for those of you not in a relationship, you might be really thinking about that at this time. What do I want in a relationship? Why do I want a relationship? Am I seeking the love that I need within myself from another person? Do I have love within myself that I just want to share with another person? You know, just really evaluating what is going to fulfill you in love, in your relationships. So friendships and romantic relationships, we're talking here. With the Emperor reversed and the Judgment card reversed, this is kind of, I feel like, almost like forgiving, or this moment of, let's not say forgiving, let's say this moment of needing to forgive. I'm not even going to say needing to forgive. How am I going to word this? I feel like there are some situations where maybe people were not there for you, did not have your back, maybe said that they would catch you and then didn't. You know, they were supposed to be there to catch you when you fell. You said you were going to fall and then they weren't there. Like, this could be, you know, a father wound even. It could be a mixture of those things. I feel like you're in the month of March, really, I feel like those things are coming up. Some pain and resentment, some hurt, regret, some maybe hurt feelings, some it's like some things that need to be healed are going to come up. And I think most of this is from your past, but it's also, I think, maybe some present relationships in your life, or the present state of things are going to be reflecting this healing that needs to be done from your past. maybe it's compounded from these situations, and it's all coming to a head for you to heal at this time. So I feel like you're healing your masculine energy, your inner masculine. So that goes for men, women, non-binary people. It doesn't matter what your gender is. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and that masculine energy in us is the energy that makes us go and do things and express and assert ourselves. And it's like, maybe there's a wound where you felt like you needed to overdo things, like always go, 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 do. Like your value came from your productivity. Maybe you had a masculine energy wound where you felt so much pressure to do, go, 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 that you did the opposite and you felt into a freeze mode, and really don't feel like you have the power to take control of your life, feel disempowered. Maybe that's the masculine wound. It could be one extreme or the other. It could fall somewhere in between. You could have a blend, we all kind of do, because there's a lot of masculine energy that is wounded in this world. And I feel like you're going to be kind of facing those things, and I feel like some resentment might come up. Like, why did it have to happen that way? Why did they have to treat me that way? Why do people have to be that way? Maybe you're just like questioning the masculine energy in this earth, all the pain, all the war, all the violence. And it's like, you're like, why does it have to be this way? And there's this real need this month for forgiveness and for acceptance. And acceptance doesn't mean, forgiveness and acceptance does not mean that we condone the behavior. It just means that we accept that the truth, we accept the reality of that's what happened. I accept that you have shown your true colors and that is who you are. I don't accept that into my life. I don't want someone like that in my life. I don't accept that behavior, that mentality, those values in my life, because I don't value those things. But I accept that that's who you are. I accept that there is evil in this world, and I accept that that's part of the game. That's part of it. But that doesn't mean that that's all of it. So when we're looking at things, glass half empty, glass half full, light and dark, good and bad, this or that, it really doesn't leave a lot of room for the big picture. And the big picture is that all of it is a part of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the pure evil. Because there's also pure love on this planet as well. And we can't be looking at one end of things only. Can't be looking at the negative things only and be like, this world is evil and people are terrible and you can't trust anyone. That might be true in some cases, truly. Except for the anyone part, because nothing is finite like that. And you can't have the perspective of everything is like love and everything is good and everything is holy and there's just all things are sunshine and rainbows, because that's denying the other truth. Yeah, there is beauty in this world. The fabric of life is love, but that doesn't deny that there is evil as well. So one does not negate the other. And that is, I feel like, really important for you to know, because as much as, you do not have to allow certain things that you do not value into your life, everything in the grand scheme of things has a part that it's playing. And we need to accept that things are the way that they are. There is bad and there is also good. And I accept that. And you know what? It's not okay that people are dying, and it's not okay that people disrespect people, and it's not okay that somebody, betrayed me or whatever. It's not okay. But I accept that happens on this earth, and that we will survive, and that there are still good things, even though there are bad things. Even though people betray people, people also are loyal to people. Even though people kill people, people heal people. Even though people bring people down, there are people who lift people up. So there's both. And this is really a card of coming to accept the reality of life, the whole picture, so that you can move on. So that you can move on. You are being called, all this stuff that's going to be coming up, all this resentment, all this pain, all this, hurt from the past. It's going to be coming up as an opportunity for you. It's a call. You are being called to accept that is what it is. And that doesn't mean that I cannot have a beautiful life, because you are being called into the next chapter of your life, and you aren't going to be able to get there if you're holding on to this one. So the universe is saying you're going to, this year, 100%, pile 3, you are moving into a new chapter of your life. But it's going to require that you make peace with this chapter and the chapters prior, and that you let go of the resentment. You let go of all the times that you failed yourself, all the times that you should have done this differently, that you could have done that differently, all the times other people should have, could have. It happened. Take the lesson and do different, do better. Bring that knowledge, that wisdom into the world. Don't stay here. You're not meant to. So this chapter, this month for you, month of March, is your opportunity to let go of all of those things so that you can move on. So let's talk about what that looks like. Okay, how are you gonna forgive and move on? What does moving on look like for you? Well, first of all, obviously the forgiveness and healing of those things. And maybe that starts with looking at yourself. How far have you come? You have been through so many experiences. You've gone through so many lessons. You've gained a lot of skills. You have some expertise. You have a story. You are the main character of your own story, and you have something to offer back to this world. Right now, you might be so focused on where you have to get to and what you don't have that you're not seeing how accomplished you currently are. Of course, we still have things to accomplish, but can you take a freaking second to acknowledge how accomplished you already are? Please, take a second. Because your childhood self couldn't even have dreamed this reality for you. Maybe it's not a dream reality by any stretch of what society would consider a dream reality right now. Maybe you're not in a mansion in LA, with your own TV series or whatever. But do you have the ability to take control of your life? Do you have the ability to feed yourself the food you want to eat? Do you have the ability to, put your skills together and create something for yourself? I feel like you, pile 3, have created something for yourself. I feel like you have a roof over your head. You've got food to eat. You've got enough to survive. And I feel like you have a little bit extra, and it's who did that for you? You did that for you, okay? And you might be like, yeah, well, I have a lot of privilege, and good. Acknowledge your privilege. Acknowledge that, yes, there were ways that you were lucky, and there are ways that this came to you because of the situation in which you were born. But you got yourself here. Nobody else did. That luck, that came to you because you were deserving. And it doesn't mean that people that don't get lucky at the same time or in the same way, or at the, if somebody got lucky earlier than me or later than me, they're not less or more lucky. Our paths are all different, okay? But you need to take a moment to realize how accomplished you are. That's why this is sideways, because it's just you're awesome, pile 3. Truly, you are awesome. And if people are not treating you as such, remove yourself, remove them from your life, move away, get it gone. So what else does that look like? Moving on from all of this. Well, first and foremost, forgiving them, not forgiving, let's just say accepting that these are who they are. People may have done what they needed to do for them on their path. was not okay, but I accept that that's the way it happened. I, I'm actually really accomplished and skilled and proud of myself. And this is just echoing that. You are the king of freaking pentacles. You may not be at the end game right now. You might not be exactly where you want to be, but you are getting there. You are well on the way. And the more that you take control of your life, the more that you take ownership of what you have power over, the more you get yourself there. Okay? This is stepping out of this victim mentality of like, I'm not capable, everybody hurts me, and like, I'm so done wrong by, and like life is hard and the world can be a really evil place. Like, yeah, those are all true, but if that's your only perspective, that's a really limited perspective and it's limiting you. So this is moving out of that and into this mentality of like, I am proud of myself. I accept that things are the way they are, but they don't have to be in my life because I have the power to create the life of my dreams, to create an abundant, beautiful life for myself. I have the power to lead my creations, to lead my manifestations, to lead my life. And that is why the Hierophant is smack dab in the middle here, upright, our one upright card. You are taking your power back. So this is all about building a practice. So the Hierophant is like the divine masculine. This is the earthly masculine. So you are connecting to I feel like who you really are, the truth of who you really are. I feel like you're connecting to your spiritual side of yourself, or the side of yourself that finds meaning in life, and you're developing a practice. This could be a routine of just making sure, it could be as simple as just like making sure that you go to bed at a time where you get enough rest to be able to have the energy you need to have a fulfilling day the next day. Okay? It could be as simple as I mindfully have made a practice of like, I think before I speak. This could be a practice of, it could be getting into a religious practice or a spiritual practice, yoga, breath work, that kind of thing. It could even be therapy. It could be, I am going to start a practice of working on my mind, of working with my mind. This is really like you taking your power back, becoming aware of the things that need to heal, and creating a practice that's necessary for you to find acceptance, find the pride and the gratitude in your life path and who you are, and learn how to manifest what abundance looks like to you. And it's all through evaluating your values. It's through having gratitude for yourself. It's through acceptance. And this is also echoing the evaluating your values, The King of Pentacles, he knows what he stands for. He knows where he stands. I think I said this in another group, but I'm feeling called to say it again. He knows where he stands, and so it doesn't matter if he falls, because he'll know where he lands. And he can always pick himself back up. So this is like, what do you stand for? What do you believe in? What do you value? Take your power back. You are being called to the next chapter of your life. You're being called to let go of this victim mentality, and you're being called to start finding pride, gratitude, in who you are and what you're capable of. And then build a practice, an actual practical, tangible practice around honoring that, around maintaining and developing that, around maintaining and developing your personal power. So, wow, pile 3. This is a transformative month for you. It is a heavy month. Might be some big feelings that are coming up, some frustrations. Know that there will also be opportunities for you to recognize yourself, and then to really start building. And that is so so exciting. You're building this solid throne for you to sit on in your kingdom. So pile 3, blessings to you for the month of March. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. If I should still keep making these videos, please like this video, share it, subscribe. And until next time, bye-bye, soul family.